All right, guys, we got one of our members here today, and we'll be helping him find his personality type. Jayden, you know how this go. You don't have to go into anything you're not comfortable with. What you do say, I will use to find your best fit type.
Yep.
Man, how are you, man? And I know it's early for you from Australia, right?
Yeah, I'm from Australia. I'm from Sydney. I mean, this is pretty much a normal wake up
Yeah.
time for me, really. I like to go out for a walk. It helps me, you know, I get to sort of put music on and I'm actually mostly motivated by finding things because we live in a fairly decent area. So the Indians are throwing out a lot of new stuff all the time, and there's new things that I can find. So I'm kind of a bit of a hoarder, and that's the honest truth.
Yeah, yeah, man. Man,
Yeah,
so,
I use the walk to get off drugs basically because I used to use uh certain substances and it
hmm
would help me be able to do something with my time,
hmm
and it turned into a habit. Like the journey from there to now was like it was more like a habit or a routine that I was trying to form because I've always had trouble with that, especially with my medications, with my bipolar and stuff.
hmm
I'm a lot better now, but that took years and years of realizing that I can't just be spontaneous all the time and not follow those procedures or whatever. It wasn't good, but I'm doing a lot better now, actually. More stable than I've ever been. I know it's hard to believe based on what happened, but
Yeah, 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 man. That's interesting, man. Man, yeah. So you're talking about stability there, man. So, how do you feel about stability overall?
I feel like I have been very good at it. Like when I was younger, I used to be very much of a health nut into all the nootropics and vitamins and stuff. I still use that now, but like I don't have that grip on it that I used to have.
hmm
Um, which is kind of annoying. Like most of my focus was creative and it is
hmm
still creative.
hmm
Um, as you can see from the Instagram, that's sort of the language things I go for. But I used to do 3D modeling as well, so there's a technical side to me as well. But I prefer to just do the visual,
hmm
like creative stuff without the limits of having to think.
Okay. What do you want to be remembered for, man? Just say hypothetical situation,
Mm.
100 years
Yeah,
from now.
okay. I want to be remembered for letting people be who they are and letting people come out of their shells with me and having that sort of echo within them even if I leave, and also just my art and my poetry. Basically those are the things that mean a lot to me emotionally.
hmm
um I feel like it's I like to express who I really am, but it can be difficult sometimes due to the mental disorder, but I still punch through.
hmm Yeah, okay.
But it's not consistent. I can't. That's why I couldn't go into 3D modeling as a career
hmm
because it didn't feel right to me.
hmm
Um, Having to make things that other people want or like.
hmm
It was more about what I like and what I want.
hmm
And because of that, I actually wasted quite a few years of study. Well, not wasted, but like I didn't use it for what everybody else was using it for. I couldn't I can't create things unless I'm into it, like my heart's in it.
hmm
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So damn.
Okay. Okay. That's
It is
pretty
what
cool.
it is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What is something that you're working towards?
Right now something I'm working towards is just stabilizing multiple dimensions of my life. Right now because I've had a mental health break and still in that break.
hmm
Some days I'm good, but a lot of the days I've been bad. So stability right now, which is the most difficult aspect I think of my life, the routine and stability and all that. Because
Okay.
without that, I'm just gonna get lost in la la land,
Okay. Okay. Uh,
basically.
Um, yeah, yeah, that's awesome.
And then
Um,
after that, obviously, I'll do art. I'll work more on my art and poetry, but that'll have to be more stabilized to be able to spring from that board.
okay, okay. So what got you into MBTI, man?
Curiosity about myself, how my mind works, how personalities work, but just how other people work as well.
hmm
Kind of very curious about that, what drives people. Um, and also I'm interested in the predictive nature of it. Although I don't know many details about that, I have seen patterns
Hmm.
amongst the types, but it's
Hmm.
also hard to pin that down accurately because a lot of that is just guessing, expanding your guess network out, I suppose, outwards.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but I love it. Like I love a lot of different topics. Um, but MBTI has kind of been the focus. I think because of the bipolar, I get a bit obsessed with things as well.
Hmm.
So that might be that. I don't know how to mesh mental illness with MBTI. I've never really seen any solid attempt,
Hmm.
but this might be something new that I haven't seen. So
Okay.
yeah,
I'll ask you another question, man. What do you think is something that people misunderstand about you?
I think people misunderstand um, my intentions and my desires.
And why you think that is?
I don't know. I think it's because when I grew up, I wasn't allowed to really have any of that. I wasn't really allowed to. If I expressed emotions, like you're a sensitive piece of shit, you're useless,
Hmm.
and all that. But like I've always used my creativity as a way to, like, sort of. I think I have low self-worth, and I go a bit overboard in those domains in order to
Hmm.
sort of validate my existence.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
If I'm being brutally honest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really thought about that question too much, so it's hard to answer on the spot, if I'm being
It's all
honest.
good, man. There's no perfect answer, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
just how you see it, how you act, like what your
Yeah. I feel like I let people be who they are, but I feel like I'm not allowed to be who I am.
okay. So who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
That well, tends to change.
Yeah, keep going, brother.
It's hard to answer because there's been so many different stages in my life that it's
Okay.
hard to say who I really am, especially after years and years of abusing substances. Like that does a number on your identity, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So what got you into using substances? I'm just curious.
So well, my mum committed suicide when I just finished my diploma.
Hmm.
So after that, I sort of realized that I was doing a lot of the work for her,
Hmm.
for her to be proud of me, but I never got that reassurance. She just sort of cocked it.
Hmm.
And after that, I just started getting worse and worse. And I was actually the kind of person who was straight edge, like no drugs, nothing. Because when she was alive, I had that example of what not to be. And then
Hmm.
once she was gone, there was these unconscious things that were coming up and driving me. Now
Hmm.
that I look back, a lot of rationalizations, a lot of trying to feel good in the short term and ignore the emotions, but really they bubble under the surface
Okay.
quite severely.
Okay.
Got no pains because of the drugs, and I think it's just imprinted onto me and my sister. We're trying to break the cycle. We really are.
Okay.
But
What's a piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
um, don't go down that pathway of drugs and curb your curiosity, I
Hmm.
would say, because it's an unhealthy level of curiosity that I've had over time. But the advice I would give is just stay focused on doing what you want to do
Hmm.
because and taking opportunities that come up all the time, not just half the time.
Hmm. Okay. Um. Okay.
Yeah, if I
So
go on tangents, I'll probably talk too much. I'm trying to curb that. I don't
yeah,
want
it's all good,
to.
man. It's all part of the process, man. It's all part of the system,
Okay,
you know.
yeah,
So, you gotta be yourself so, we can get it right. Um,
yeah, yeah.
uh, yeah. I mean, I'm actually done, but we'll keep going though just to keep the video going longer. Um,
Yeah, that's
so
all good.
like if money was no longer an issue, what would you do with your life?
I would become an artist, and I would do AI art. I would do 3D art, 2D art, and I'd make music videos for sure. I'd learn music and do that because it's in my head. It's just I can get art out of my head and poems out of my head, but I can't get music out of my head. I don't have that means or skill, and that's something I'm interested in, a new thing I'm interested in pursuing. And I wanted to unify it all into something cool that's memorable, and that's a real legacy because music sticks.
Hmm.
It's an art form that fits it.
Have you thought about doing maybe like beats?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, I've got three keyboards, and a few other instruments. But right now my computer's fucked. So once I get my a new PC, I'll be looking into that
Yeah.
because
Um,
I have made beats before. It's just I need to learn the music theory, and that technical shit is what's blocking me
do you
at the
look
moment. So,
uh okay, okay. Um, okay. This is gonna be a hypothetical situation. Let's say
yeah.
if you was to know that you only had um a month left to live, what would you do with your time and why?
I would visit all the people who mean a lot to me, and I would just be there for them, and I'd try and enjoy the last days I have, and I would also try and leave some form of legacy,
Hmm.
whichever form that may take. It's that's the priority, I guess. Like I do want to be I do want to be remembered. I don't want to feel like my life was a waste,
Hmm.
and I don't want to feel like I didn't like do anything with my time or have anything to show for it. I do have things to show for it, but as an artist, it's never really enough.
Hmm.
So that suggests to me there must be some other unexplored domain that would achieve that
Hmm.
um, need.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
probably what I'd say. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
So let's say what do you think is your best skill outside of creativity?
My best skill is actually probably talking to people and getting down to earth very quickly. Like I've noticed in the past, especially when in my days of using drugs, I'm able to gain trust very easily, and it's because I am trustworthy.
Hmm.
But I can do that process so efficiently.
Hmm.
It's second nature to me, and I feel like people like some aspect of my personality or energy. Although I can't see it myself, that's what people are saying usually, except the ones I don't like.
Okay, man. All right, man. So yeah, I'm going ahead and wrap this one up. Let me go
Yep.
and show you what I got. All right.
Okay.
All right. So Jayden, man, I got you as ENTP. You're
Yep.
ENTP. Um,
Oh,
so
okay.
you
Yep. Yep.
you you
Oh, interesting.
easily able to see informing, initiating progression, right? You're very journey focused, like
Yep.
phases of your life. You're talking about the journey early on, big
Yep.
journey guy. Um, it's easy to see that you're SINE, with you're talking about like your trouble comes from like the stability and having too many ideas, right? You're trying to
Yeah, you can
some
never
type of
drown yourself. Yeah.
yeah, you're trying
Yep.
to chase some type of stability in your life. Um, it's pretty easy to see
It
that
makes sense.
dynamic. It's pretty easy to see that dynamic play out in you.
Yep.
You're talking about need for stability and routine and whatnot. Um,
Mm.
that's pretty
100%.
pretty easy to see, and obviously you're abstract. Um, so there was only two types there, ENTP and ENFP.
Oh, and if I was affiliated, would I have been in ENFP, or is that how it
Yeah,
works?
yeah,
Or
yeah. If you were
um,
affiliative, you would
mm.
be ENFP. Also, if
This
you
is
were a
probably more
TFI user,
useful to me. Yeah, because now that I know what it actually is, it's probably going to be easy for me to work with that and do
yeah.
something practical with it.
So what
But
you're talking about with your emotions and everything, it's pretty common with ENTPs. It's because of FI Trickster. They don't really. So I like
you
the
know
word.
what I want.
No, so I like the word processing speed, not strengths, right? So the
Okay.
processing speed for introverted feeling is very slow for an ENTP. So like they're left with emotions and trying to analyze the emotions after they've happened instead of just
That's so true. That's so true.
letting the emotions be and
Yep, yep.
acting in them. They're stuck trying to logically break down their emotions, but the processing speed is so
Yeah.
slow for it that it's usually after it has already happened.
And
Um,
that's why I go on my walks and process my feelings because I can't do it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah,
yeah.
that actually does manifest in the way I act.
And that's the reason why
Thank you.
ENTPs are like ups and downs a lot, like ups and
Oh,
downs.
100%. I'm all over the
Uh,
place, like all over the place.
I wouldn't look at I can't say anything about your medical history because I'm not a doctor, but I
Of
see a
course.
lot of this with some ENTPs as well. So I wouldn't say it's
Yep.
that just battling with FI Trickster. And you'll see it
Yeah,
in people like Kanye
it's
West.
hard.
You'll see it in people like Kanye West and like how like he can be super erratic out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, he's got bipolar too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
It's a
you'll
different
see it in
form,
other
obviously, but
ENTPs as well. Um,
yep. I think I
so
knew an ENTP once. But I'm not sure, 100% sure if it was an ENTP. That's just what the test said,
yeah.
and we know how accurate they are. Not that accurate.
So I got you down for subtype C2. So you're creative. You're doubling down on creative. So that
Yeah.
is like
Okay. Yep.
so that just means you got a shit. You're using way too much any. Like what you got to get some type of
Oh, I've got to get the
because it's
SI
creative.
using one.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
doubling down on creative. So you got to
Shit.
try to figure out some way to get a hold of that and like slow
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
the NE. Because if
Oh,
not,
I see.
it's gonna blow up all your life, man. It's gonna blow up your life. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm relying on it too much.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think you're doing way too much.
Yeah.
You got to
Okay.
build some
Gotcha.
stability in life because if not, you'll be stuck doing things that you don't want to do, or
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
like, kind of snake.
And that creates a tumultuous in a world. I
Well,
think
I think
with
what
that.
happens with a lot of ENTPs is they don't take care of their stability, and they end up homeless, or like they end up having to like lie,
That's
cheat,
terrifying.
steal from other
Yeah.
people in
I
different
well
ways.
I've done all of those things.
Yeah. So but
I'll be honest.
that comes like if you take care of your stability aspects of yourself, you don't won't have to do that. So
I
that
know. I remember back in the past when I was a lot more stable. I had everything. I had everything. But then I had a manic episode and I lost it all. I lost 20 grand in a couple of days. Don't remember where it went.
damn.
So that's a big problem, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, that is a very bad problem. Yeah, so
So
man,
I'm gonna try and look into how do I lower my NE a bit and how do I use my SI a bit more.
well,
Maybe that will help me.
I think the most important thing when it comes to understanding your type is it allows you to actually notice things because I think a lot of times
Yep.
people are unaware of the hero functions, and because people are
All
unaware of the
right.
hero functions, they can't control the inferior function, right? And
Yep.
the way the
Yep.
dynamic works is that the hero function, if you're not aware of it, it will just like it controls everything in your life. But if you're aware
Yeah.
of it, you can say, okay, I need to dial it back here. Like I need to dial it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
While
But I don't need to do 10
if you
things, I
didn't
just
know
need to do
about it,
one. Yeah.
you would just keep doing what you're doing. So that's the
Yep.
power in it. Like you can look at a situation now and say, you know what? I need to bring some stability, right? It's
Yep.
time for me to not chase these ideas. It's time for me to bring some stability to my life because I don't want to wake
Yeah.
up, be 40 and not done nothing.
That's terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
know what? I never pictured myself as having FE child.
well, I
Never. But it
mean,
makes sense in a way. I would like to lift people up if I can.
you talked about. I said if you had a like a month to live or whatever, everything you said there was basically around FE there.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that. I
Yeah.
guess I had trouble understanding the difference in some contexts. But I'll look into it now. At least I know what to look for.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have
From
a
what you told
video
me.
on the ENTP on my channel,
Oh,
so
who are you in
you
PP?
can watch
Was
that
that it?
video. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'll have a
it, it's
look at that.
uh, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I think it's
Yeah,
one of the
my
best.
partner's gonna be like, "Are you seriously changing type again?" And I'll be like, "Listen, I'm trying to find who I really am. It's a
Well,
process."
well, the thing about ENTPs is they wear masks. They wear masks because it
Oh,
kind
I
of tricks
do,
them.
I do. I play pretend a lot.
Yeah.
I've had to play pretend to survive.
Well, that's the thing about ENTPs is they can wear masks and they usually lose they because they wear masks so much they actually lose who they are. But they
Oh,
also
well
do
said.
very well in acting. Acting,
Yeah,
when they can wear
I'm
roles.
pretty good at that. Yeah, no, I can see that.
But they're also very
If
good
you
at
know how
music
to
too, man.
change.
Anywhere that they can use innovation, that's usually where you'll see ENTPs, and they do a lot of
Oh
things,
my
man.
God, this is why when I was
Innovation.
at work, I kept trying to rearrange everything to like my suiting, and it kept clashing with the managers. Even though my way was more efficient, obviously and clearly, observably more efficient, it's like it does clash. And every time I've gone to jobs, I do it my way, and
Hmm.
then they don't like that. And it wasn't my intention to upset people. It was just my intention to make it less bogged down and retarded.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Well, man, I would say, man, just try to get some stability in your life. Try to, and remember, it's like a muscle, man.
Definitely.
The more you do it, the better. And then think about like the long term, right?
Yeah.
Always think about
Okay.
the long-term perspective of where you want to be. Like, and I know it's very NI of me to say it, but like you got to look at the grand scheme of things. Like you are in day 100,000, well, not 100,000, but you're in day 1,000 of where you want to go to, right? And tomorrow be
Yeah.
101, So try to get to a place where you are slowly like chipping away at where you want to be in
Yeah.
life, right?
I have
Um,
started to use calendars a lot, and I've started to use to-do lists a lot, like on the phone, and that's a way of me trying to organize my
mhm,
life.
mhm.
So I do use that, but I'm by no means going overboard.
Yeah. And also remember like the power of one more, bro. Like there's gonna be times where might think about doing drugs again, but just say, I'm gonna be clean for one more day, right? Anybody
Yeah,
can do
because
one
those
more
thoughts do
day,
come up. Yeah, they do
Anybody
come
can
up.
do one more day. So the power of one more, um,
That's true. You got a point because if you're not thinking about the grand expanse of time, it seems less miserable and more achievable, perhaps.
mhm. Yeah. So just use that. I mean, sometimes, like, for instance, some days I don't want to go to the gym, but I tell myself, like, I can go to the gym one more day. And then I go to the
Yeah,
gym one more day,
yeah,
right? And then tomorrow I may feel, feel differently. I go to the gym, but then there's going to be another day where I don't want to go. And I say, one more day, right? Or like one more
yeah,
typing
yeah.
session or one more celebrity or like one more, like,
Yeah,
just think about it in that
I
way
understand
and,
that.
and
Yeah.
and you can get a lot of things done over time that doing that, thinking like that. Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess Anima is in my shadow, isn't it? Some at the top with the shadow.
Your shadow would be the INTJ.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
That explains why I've gotten INTJ on some of the tests. Maybe I was in that mode. I don't know if that's how that works. I made an
Well,
assumption.
I think, it depends on a lot of things and like,
When I was
because,
younger, I got INTJ, but I wanted to be more extroverted. It's just I had no confidence at the time due to what happened to me as a child and teenager. It was
yeah,
real rough, real ghetto, full on ghetto
yeah,
in Australia. Believe
yeah.
it, if you believe that.
And just remember, man, another thing is that, like, bro, it's not your fault what happened to you in life. It's not your fault, bro. It's not your fault. So stop. A lot of ENTPs will feel like they're destined to suffer or whatnot, and you don't have to do that, man. Like it's like 'cause
Yeah,
you seem well. You said that your mom died or something when you were young or something.
yeah. It was all heroin. My dad and my mum OD'd on heroin and shit. So like it's I don't know. It broke me. It took pieces of my soul with them.
Yeah.
And it opened the cage to monsters that were kept at bay by their existence.
Yeah. So just remember, man, like you decide your own fate, man. Like compound that with, the power of one more. And remember, like,
Yeah,
like just because,
I'm gonna write that down. The one more thing because that's a good piece of advice.
yeah, and just remember the way you start isn't how you finish. Like the way you start
Yep.
isn't how you finish. I tell everybody, man, like when I first got into the gym or like I started working out, my brother he used to be like, "What the fuck? I've never seen someone as incompetent as you with their body," you know? But I stuck through it,
Yeah.
I stuck through it.
Oh, I done gym a bit. Oh God. It was touch and go for me at gym. I prefer to
No,
do it at
but
home.
I'm just explaining like it's not where
From
you
the start, it
start,
wasn't great, yeah,
it's
but
where you
then it got
finish.
great. Yeah,
It,
because
it's
obviously you're ripped now, so like you've obviously made a lot of progress since
yeah.
that
Yeah.
point.
But
No,
I could
so,
have quit. The thing is that I could have quit because
yeah, true.
I mean there was I'm telling you, I've never seen someone start worse than me at a sports, gym, any of that stuff. Like I'm
I
telling
feel
you, like
yeah.
they used to like say Mercy got two left legs, or
Oh no.
like anything
Oh,
like that.
Butterfingers. You ever got Butterfingers?
Yeah, they used to say that too.
So much when I was a kid. Butterfingers, man. I couldn't even
Um,
catch a fucking ball.
but the thing is, if you stick with it, man, and you stick to it, and you know where you're gonna be at, man, you're not worried about it, man. Um,
Yeah, I felt
but,
that way with my game, my 3D modeling. I was doing mods for a game, the
hmm
game I developed with a few other people. I was
hmm
doing mods for it, and like that was the only time in life where I really felt like I've had a direction
hmm
that I really, really wanted to go. Like it was for the community. I was doing it for the community. I wasn't doing it for
FE,
myself.
doing it for the
That's it.
community.
You're probably fucking right, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
It's
FE.
definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh, this is why I feel bad because I don't want to leave them all with nothing, and I don't want to leave but in that way, and I don't want to give up. Like I want to, that I feel that tether from the past trying to pull me back.
You gotta remember, man, power one more, bro. Just one more day. One more clean day. One more
Good
day that you
advice.
can put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
and
man.
it'll get better incrementally. It'll get better as long as you're trying.
Yeah. Man, it was a
So,
pleasure to have you on, man. I'm gonna get out of here, Jaden.
yeah,
See you around, brother.
appreciate it. I do.
All
See
right,
you
man.
around, bro.
All right,
Have
man.
a